Hi, good morning. It is a little after 11, and this is A Course in Miracles, Lesson 45, Reflection. It is Saturday, February 15th. I fly home soon. The shuttle comes and gets me in about 45 minutes. So I thought I probably won't have time to talk to myself in this phone quietly because from here on out it's go, 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 travel, travel. So anyway, this one is God. Why do I always forget the words? Hold on. I don't want to splice this together. It's God is the mind in which, God is the mind in which I think. Hold on. Darn it. God is the mind with which I think. It was close enough. I didn't need to. Oh, now I have to splice a video. That's okay. That's okay. You would have never known. Anyway, God is the mind with which I think. So this one I practiced a lot yesterday, several times. Yeah, it was a chaotic day. It was like the last day of class. There was an exam. There was drama. There were three 2-hour sessions back to back. Cranio, basically 8 hours of craniosacral therapy. Including like the debrief time and the intake time. So I was in that treatment room for 8 hours in a deeply meditative state. So that thought kept coming to me from time to time, especially if I had felt myself sort of lose focus with my attention. That seemed to bring me back. And that doesn't happen too often, but there were a couple times where I'm like getting into my ego brain and not the like so then that would bring me back from that. And then God is the mind with which I think. I was just sort of taking my time to like look around and see things like as if God were looking at them, and what the thoughts were about things just took on another sense of like peace, beauty, lack of judgment, lack of comparison. And that's what I've been striving for. Like, if I just keep remembering that God is the mind with which I think, it's like so beautiful. So that's how it landed with me. It was like a reorienting when I got too into ego state. Not the ego like people think of it, like, oh, I'm so great. It was just the ego, the human mind, doing what it does, like making sure everything's categorized and labeled and compared and sorted. And it's like, God doesn't do that. So that's how I practiced it yesterday. I actually practiced this one a fair amount, and still I couldn't remember the words. God is the mind with which I think. So to me, it's a reorienting. Like, I can bring that to mind and be like, yeah, there's only like pure intention with my thoughts. Like, nothing else needs to exist. I just had a weird deja vu moment. It felt like deep. Yeah, I had an experience in my last craniosacral treatment last night that was pretty profound for me. And it was at a moment where they were experiencing a release as well, turns out. And afterwards, when they told me what they'd experienced, it was at that moment that I had lost a sense of identity. Like, I was not me. And then when I realized I had lost that identity, like, and that the work was just happening, I was still fully engaged, but I wasn't a person with a name. And then when I realized that's what I was currently experiencing, I sort of got pulled out of it, like, and there was like, I was still engaged in the work, but I was like, should I have a name? I was so confused, like, who am I? It was trippy to the max. And I'm wondering now if that's what the no self feels like when they talk about it in non-duality teachings. And I'm like, is that what that was? because yes, please, I would like more of that. Which is probably why it won't come back right away. I want it too much. So, but it was just so beautiful that I even like lost the sense of being a person. Like there were, because my eyes were closed too, so it was probably easier. Where it was just like, and maybe that's what the mind of God feels like. Maybe that's how God thinks. Like we're all one, and things are spontaneously occurring through our intention. Like there's no need for names or identities. Like this is who I am, and this is what I'm about, and this is what I believe. And it's like, well, is any of that important if you're just acting out of pure intention? Like, no, none of that is necessary. That just builds up a persona of like, look at the mask, la 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 la, look at me. Don't look over there with what I'm really thinking and doing in the world. Look at me, this is my mask. Don't you like me? And so I just felt like this was like pure beingness, and I'm still processing it. Obviously, I can't even describe what it was. So anyway, that's also maybe the practice of the Course in Miracles lesson 45 led to that. Maybe it was just that final hour of 8 hours of craniosacral therapy in a row where I was in such a deep state. Like, oh my God. Like, I don't recommend practicing 8 hours of cranial in a row. I don't think it's for everyone. I know that I have a weird energetic stamina. I've talked about this in another video. I think it's hereditary. I have no idea where it comes from, but I don't recommend it for most people, and really not for myself. I was like, oh, my mid-thoracic hurts. My diaphragm feels constricted, like I'm sitting on a yoga ball most of the time, and I'm in a new environment, so my table is different, my ball height is different to the table. I adjusted my table, but it's just different, you know. And so maybe in my own setup it wouldn't be as like, my body mechanics weren't great, and I'm still trying to find that deep breath. See, I'm wearing my Pura Vida shirt on the ride up to the airport, and then I'll switch into warmer clothes, I guess. Yeah, but anyway, that's lesson 45, and I guess the impact it had was like huge, very deep. I'm excited to keep going on this journey. Each lesson surprises me, leads to some unexpected places, and yeah, I do highly recommend getting this book and doing the daily lessons, and you can do them for free online if you are so called to just keep opening every day to the unexpected doors. Just they lead to some pretty surprising places, gradually, gently, beautifully. Yeah, this book is a miracle in itself. I'm so grateful that it came into my awareness, and then I asked for it for Christmas, and it landed in my lap, and I'm so grateful that it made its way to me. And I still have most of a year left to go. I'm only a month and a half in as of today, lesson 45. All right, bye.